Hi, my name is Lucy Ogden, and this PowerPoint presentation is to show where I gained all of my ideas and my inspiration for my 10-piece collection and my final garment. My brief was to create a final garment for Cannon Hall Museum that had to be inspired by a classical film, and mine was Keira Knightley's The Duchess, which was created in 2008, and I had to create a dress to go on display at Cannon Hall for the costumes of the classics. I was really excited to begin this project as fashion history has always been something that has quite interested me, and the Duchess was set in the Georgian period, so the inspiration for most of my dresses were quite long with cinched waists and like very hourglass figures. I went for a soft colour palette similar to that of the film, and I wanted to incorporate some Rococo style as I'd conducted research about it, and I really loved the gilding and all the pearls that were incorporated into most of the style of that time. For this project, Cannon Hall had also asked us to create a print for our garments inspired by something at Cannon Hall. So for me, I conducted research into glassworks at Cannon Hall, and I found this really beautiful little vase. So I created this pattern, which was a rose with ribbon and leaves from the glass, which I'd incorporated together, and then I printed that onto my bodice and the front of my skirt because I felt like it really flowed quite nice down the front. Here are 9 of my stylized designs that I've created. Most of them, the silhouettes were quite similar, as I wanted them to be historically accurate and quite match the theme of the film. 2 of my designs were inspired by hand fans from the Georgian period, and one of my other dresses was created inspired by a Georgian military jacket from the army. This is the final design that I selected for my final garment. It took me quite a while to create my colour palette for this, as I just wanted it to look quite right. I was going to go for like a burgundy colour, but I felt like navy blue and pale pink really went well together and quite matched the colours in the film. But my illustrative style, I think, has become better throughout this unit, as I feel like I really enjoyed creating these designs, and I think I've done a really good job on applying my media. Here is the toile that I created as a practice for my final garment. I'm glad that I made this because I did make a couple of mistakes while creating it, so I'm much happier that it happened on a toile rather than on my final garment. I had practice with applying zips and doing gathering for the first time. I actually put too much gathering in this skirt, so we ended up taking most of it out for my final dress, but it was okay because we put a petticoat underneath and it helped shape the dress more. Now this is my final garment. I'm extremely pleased with how this came out, as I was having some doubts while I was creating it about the colour, about the shape, but I'm really glad that I persevered through because I actually ended up really liking my final dress. I hand sewed pearls on the chest and down on the skirt, and I thought that was a really nice touch, as I felt the little details just made the whole thing come together, and I was really happy with my dress. Now on to my photo shoot and my commercial filming. I was so grateful that we were able to go to Cannon Hall, the actual setting of where the dresses are going to be displayed, as I felt like the atmosphere was just perfect and it really went with my dress, and I couldn't have been happier with the results. We took so many photos and I was really happy with the way that they turned out, because I feel like you could see the whole of the dress and it just looked so nice with my hair and my makeup all done. And I was really pleased with how they all came out. I just felt like it was a really successful photo shoot, and I can't wait for them to be displayed. On this slide is my blog link and my link to my commercial, which I have posted on YouTube. I have one of my final garment as a whole that we filmed at Cannon Hall, but I also have a making video as well, which shows the behind the scenes and the whole process behind making my dress. So thank you very much for listening.